Hi, this is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. Today we want to talk about the difference. Of course, you know there is a difference between faith and fear. Two different things, right? Faith will cancel out fear. When you're sitting around always afraid to do something, take a chance, make a move, believe something is bigger. You sit back in that fear. Oh, well, if I do this, this could happen. This could, and if you don't do it, nothing can happen. If you want something to happen, you got to step out and believe, if I go, it's got to meet me. I teach my children all the time about faith. I said, look, there's a whole lot of faith talkers out there. They talk faith, but can they walk it? You got to walk faith now. Faith is, I believe it, so I'm going to walk it. I'm going to start walking towards what I believe. And when I write my goals down, my dreams, my ideals, my visions, when I write them down, I start walking towards them because I can see it happening. It has to happen because I believe that. I believe nothing cancels out what I believe but me. If I cannot believe it, how can I receive it? That's how I feel. So I am a faith walker. I see it, I believe it, and I walk until I can achieve it. Period. That's what I do. And even it's difficult. My daughter and I was talking this morning. She was talking about her home. She says, Mama, I saw my home. I said, did you? She said, yeah, I saw it, Mama. I wrote it down and I said 6 months from now, I'm gonna be in my brand new home. And she named everything she wanted about this house. She says, and Mama, I walked into the house and I said, this is my home. And I looked at what I wrote and I looked at the house and it had everything in it. I said, that's what I'm talking about, girl. Nothing can stop you but you. If you have a dream, then you make it come true. No matter what it looks like. I like ridiculous blessings. I want a ridiculous blessing. I want something that when somebody looks at it and they say, how in the hell did you get that? How'd you do that? How did that happen for you? That's right. I could not have done it. There's no way I could have accomplished it based off of this, and this. I could not have accomplished it. But I had faith. I just believed. I just stepped out on nothing and believed something was going to carry me on. And that's how I live. Always have. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Been a single parent most of my life. I have been a single parent, raising my children because I was determined I was going to raise them. And they were going to be awesome. They were going to be powerful. I'm going to look back at them and say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Despite the hardships, despite the hard times, look at you. That's how I believe. That's how I walked every single day. Every single day. There were times, listen, honey. There were times I used to walk to work. I walked to work with a child on my hip and the other two walking beside me. And we walked. Dropped them off to the daycare. And then I went to work. I was blessed now that my daycare worker, they were such a jewel to me. See, I never forget. See, I'm going to get emotional in a minute. Because I never forget the people who blessed me. I never forget the people who helped me get across those bridges. Yeah, because I walked to work. I had to be to work like at 4 o'clock. I didn't get off till 11. And my daycare worker, he would come pick me up from work and take me and my children home. And I paid them to be my care worker. But him and his wife, they made sure that me and my children were okay. And then on the weekends, they would pick my sons up and take them out with their kids and go four-wheeling. See, I had blessed people in my life. I just been truly blessed because they saw I had a dream. I had a desire, and I was not going to sit home and complain about what I ain't got. I just went out there and started making things happen because I believe this. If I start doing something, somebody's going to see what I'm doing, and they're going to say, you know what? I got you. I'm going to help you get across. across. And I had great people always. I had a mother who could watch my children for me, who could have. But I told my mother when I had my children, this is me. I told my mother, you would never babysit for me. Not because she was a terrible woman. No. I said, you raised 10 of us. I watched you raise us, mama. You would not raise my children. I said, you need a break because you don't raise 10 children. You will not. I said, I don't care what nobody else does, but for me, you will not raise my children. I'm not going to take that freedom from you. You need time to have your own time. I paid for someone to watch my kids, and I had a free babysitter with my mother, but she was not going to watch my kids. I needed her, but I made a vow to her that I kept. I kept. It was me, right? And there were times, sweetie, people look at me today and they say, oh, you got this, you got that, but they don't know my journey. You hear what I'm saying to you? They don't know my journey because they couldn't understand my faith. I walked on many hard days, hot days. But I was determined. I was going to work. I was going to take care of my children. And no one's going to say, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have done it. Nobody was ever going to say it to me because I was going to make it happen. That's who I was. Stubborn, probably. A little proud, probably. But that's who I was. And that's what I did. I was determined to do it every single day. And then when time came, my work had finally started to pay off. I got a car. You know, I went to an auction and bought me a car. And I was driving. See, because I just believed that I could do it. Life had some difficult times. But my faith never faltered. It never said you can't do it, Jenny. Never. I moved to North Carolina. Didn't know really anybody. I had family here, but I wasn't close enough to say, okay, I got, support system. So I moved here with my 3 children, and I struggled, but I made it. My first job, I was walking to work. It was okay. I was walking. And one day, a cab driver saw me walking. He pulled over. He said, where you going? He said, Queen, where you going? I said, I got to go to work. I'm working, blah, blah, blah. And he said, hop in. I get in the car, and he gives me a ride. While we ride, he's talking to me, asking what time I go to work, what time I got off. I told him, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pick you up every day from your house and take you to work, and I'll pick you up at the afternoon and bring you home. And I'm going to charge you this much right here every week. And you pay me when you get paid. I said, okay. That's good. I got a ride now. And I have a job. But somebody saw me determined to do what I had to do to make things happen. And they came along and helped me along the way. See, my faith has never been sleep. Sitting back waiting for see what somebody gonna do for me. I've never been that person. I'm gonna make it happen. And I did. And somebody saw me trying to make it happen, and they said, let me just come in there and help you. Let me add this to you. And you know what? They didn't catch me sitting still. They didn't catch me sleep. They didn't catch me, crossing my legs and woe is me. No, they saw me working. And when they saw me working, they came in beside me and worked with me. And I got me a ride back and forth to work till I got me a car again. And I tell my children all the time, oh, Mama, it's so hard. I said, don't tell me about no excuse. Honey, let me tell you something. You can't tell me nothing you done or you going through that I have not done and went through, but I'm here to tell you I made it. I don't want to hear it. Oh, Mama, you don't know I'll be tired. I said, tired for what? I work. I said like I ain't never worked. I worked 2 jobs before. One time working 3 jobs. Still taking care of my children. Still making that dinner for my kids every day. Keeping my house. Don't talk to me about no daggone excuses about what you can't do. Now, let me tell you what my faith was. My faith was if I can believe it and I can see it, I'm going to achieve it. I'm going to receive it. I'm going to be up in it. That's what my faith was. And I always look for ridiculous blessings. I want one of them blessings again when somebody look at you and say, how did you do that? I didn't. I went to the loan company one day and I bought my home. And see, one thing I'm proud about, I may not have much compared to this person or that person. I ain't living like, this person or that person. I ain't got it made like all those folks. I don't. But everything I got, it's got my name on it. Nobody co-signed for me to get it. Nobody helped me get it. Ain't nobody else got their name on it and says, that's me. Oh, that's me. That is me. I did that. And I'm proud of me. If nobody ever gets proud of me, I'm proud of me. I made it, honey. I made it. I was just, they said the little poor girl, out of Milton, Delaware. Poor girl from a family of 10. We struggled, had a hard time. But I made it, honey. I made it so I can come back with some keys to tell somebody else you can make it too. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how impossible it may seem to be. You can make it. Yeah, I'm a little emotional today because you know why? Because I look back over my life from time to time and I get right happy with me because I made it, Suge. I can tell that story because of faith. Only because of faith. You say, well, she keep running that little feather. You know why? Because I collect these. When I'm walking outside in my yard, I'm doing my grounding work and I'm walking, I'm looking for a feather. Because my feather tells me there's an answer coming, Jenny. There's an answer coming. See, I need answers to come. Every once in a while, an answer to come. Sometimes a feather drops from heaven. And that's my answer. And I get excited. And I collect them. I got so many in my house. One day I was out and I collected 8 at one time. I was collecting. Oh my God. And I gave it to my other daughter. I said, look, I collected all 8 of these. 8 means new beginning. I'm the 8th child. I'm going to bless you with these 8 feathers. Now you hold tight to them because they're going to bless you. So every once in a while, I remind myself where I come from. What has happened in my life only helped me get to where I am today. Because of my faith. Your faith can get you places. It can get you indoors, honey. That people have closed on everybody else. I've gotten jobs. Jobs, baby. Jobs. That I was not qualified for. But my faith got me in them. I was going to work one time. I was going to work in a chicken factory in Delaware. Because I was determined that I was going to get a job. I did not want to work there. I didn't want to work there, but I needed a job. So I went in there and they was about to hire me. And they told me everything I needed. And I said, okay. So I'm in the hiring process. And a lady came in and she said to me something along the line about what I was going to be doing. And she had a beautiful watch on. I admired her watch. I said, oh, I love your watch. That is beautiful. And she says, because I used to be a watch person, right? She said, oh, if you work here 15 years, you can get one too. I said, oh, Lord, no. I said, I ain't trying to make a career out of this place. Well, she was offended. And she went inside the hiring office and told them not to hire me. They called me back in the office and told me that they couldn't hire me because I had worked there before and blasey, bam, bam, right? I said, oh, okay. And I went to smile and I said, thank you. She says, did you hear what I said? I said, oh, yeah. You told me that you couldn't hire me. She says, oh, okay. I said, yeah, thank you. I said, oh, whew. I was happy. I walked outside. Guy next door who gave me the ride. I'm smiling. He said, you got the job? I said, no. He said, what you smiling for then? I said, because I didn't get the job. It ain't because I wasn't going to get it. I was going to take the job. I was going to drop everything and take that job. But that door closed on me. That door closed on me because I did not want that job. I said, that door closed. I mean, another was getting ready to open. I said, watch and see. That night I went to bed. I went to sleep and I had a dream. I had a dream about Michael. Michael, they say the archangel. The one who will fight for you when you can't fight no more. And another emotional time for me. And I dreamed that Michael came for my defense. And he fought for me. And I woke up and I said, I got a job. A lady called me that day about a job working in a domestic violence home, in a shelter for women. And she called me and asked me to be a counselor. And I went in there and we talked. She says, look, I haven't spoke to you more than 5 minutes. She said, but if you want this job, it's yours. I'm not going to look at nobody else's application. I don't want nobody else. I want you. This is what woman told me. I wasn't qualified. Didn't have no degree. But she hired me. Because I went in there and all I did was step out in faith and said, that's my job. And I got it. I'm telling you, I've had doors open for me like that because I go by faith. I ain't talking about no religious thing. I'm talking about a real thing. This right here on the inside of me, it will capture anything when you believe. It don't matter what somebody else says about you. It has nothing to do with you what somebody believes that you cannot do based on your family's background, based on where you came from, based on where you live, based on anything else. It has everything to do with what you believe. Can you do it? It starts here. If you can believe it here, you can step into anything. Anything. Anywhere I want to go, I can be there. Anywhere. There's nothing I cannot achieve. I'm telling you this. If I want it, it's mine. So, today, don't let fear grip your heart and stop you from making that next step. That next step may be the only step you need to make to get you where you need to be. I am a firm believer. Ask me something. And I can tell you. See, sometimes people think they know where you've been. Contraire, my dear friends. Contraire, you have no idea where I've been. You have no idea what I had to go through. Only thing you know is the outcome. I'm here. And because somebody else believed in me, because somebody else saw something in me that sometimes I didn't see in myself, it causes me to a chain reaction and cause me to do some up my game and do something else. So today, I'm doing something else. I'm getting ready to make something else happen because I know I can. It doesn't matter what they think, how they feel, what they see. It all depends on you. What do you see? How do you feel? What do you believe? You can do it. Nothing is impossible to you if you can believe it. Step out in it. Find yourself anywhere you want to go, anywhere you want to be, anything you want to do, anyone you want to become is possible because of your faith. What do you believe? It begins here. Then you speak it. You keep bringing it to yourself. Then watch it grow. Thank you so much. This is Jenny. Oh, yeah. Bringing you nuggets and things. I hope you've been blessed today. And I hope something I said touched your heart, made you think, most importantly, made you believe. Step out on your faith. Nothing is impossible. Be blessed today.